I got laid off a year ago, and at first I thought I wanted to be a full-time creator. After doing it for 3 months, I realized it's not for me. The income is unstable, and it took the joy out of creating. So I used my tech connections, and I started my own consulting company. Now I work with execs at AI companies to help them with their content strategy. My dad thinks it's so crazy that I speak to C-suite execs at some of Fortune 500's top companies every day. It keeps me fulfilled. It keeps my tech side of the brain sharp so I can do the fun stuff, the creative stuff, which is why a lot of my creator work looks like brand partnerships, brand events. But what people don't realize is you have to do a lot of free content to get maybe a few paid ones. I will say I do love working for myself because I get to pick the hours, but the cons are definitely the company perks. I'm also signed with an awesome talent agency that helps me manage all my brand deals. And when I tell you that my brain is moving 50,000 miles per hour, it truly is. And on top of that, I'm trying to build a LinkedIn brand to help me more with the client side of things. There's a tech influencer dinner I just went to recently. If you want to get somewhere in life, you gotta hustle and you gotta network. And that's how I make my money. Is this thing on? What camera do I look at? That camera? Okay, I'm ready.
One of the reasons why friendships end is because we let things fester too long.
Yes.
At the initial emergence of your discomfort, you should have expressed that this makes me uncomfortable. I know you want to keep the peace, but I am a firm believer that friendships should be able to handle somebody saying, I don't like that, you know. And it not make things awkward.
Yeah.
We should be humble enough and loving enough to be like, oh, babe, I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm so sorry. I won't say that again, right? But again, we don't want to look silly. We don't want to look too sensitive. We don't want to be too vulnerable. But now the pain that you are harboring, the offenses, the things that made you side eye, you're harboring them in your mind.
That's it.
And it's shaping the lens through which you view your friend,
Yes.
right? They one sly comment about your outfit. Maybe they weren't even trying to be sly, but you took it as, are you saying I'm ugly?
Yeah.
And now it's in your mind, but you won't say, babe, that was a bit harsh.
Yeah, that was rude.
Do you get what I mean? That was a bit rude. I actually like this.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Thought I looked cute.
Because you don't want to say that, you're now going to be feeling uncomfortable for a really long time. And now you're thinking maybe your friend is actually secretly a hater. And sometimes what we're calling discernment is actually our own suspicion and our own paranoia that's been cultivated because we have not expressed something that someone did a very long time ago that made us uncomfortable.
You're just suspicious.
And if we had just addressed it in that moment, we would have gotten to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Things would have been a bit different. But now because we didn't, the person is continuing in their bad behavior.
Yes.
And it's clouding the entire relationship. But you should have just let them know from the jump.
100%.
And I know sometimes we don't always have the language initially, but I think just being able to say like, kind of hurt me a little bit, you know. One of the
red dots are coming. The red dots are coming. The red dots are coming. The red dots are coming to the Wilbur Theater, October 16th and 17th. The Generational Triumph comedy special taping. Get your tickets at akaashsingh.com. Drogan and I will see you there. I didn't even ask him to go. I have no real control in this moment. Yeah! Boston, pre-sale is now live. Generational Triumph comedy special taping October 16th and 17th at the Wilbur Theater. Greatest comedy venue on earth. We're still on vacation, but I'm back to work soon, and we're gonna build the most beautiful fucking hour this world has ever seen. I cannot wait to see y'all there. I love y'all. akaashsingh.com. Get tickets now. Boston, pre-sale.
I thought I saw your face today, but I just turned my head away, your face again.
And stay the fuck away from me if you still cool with the other side. I ain't telling you who to be cool with, but bitch, you not finna sit over here in my face, kiki cackle, and go sit with them bitches too. We not doing that, bitch. We not doing that. We not doing that MES messy shit, bitch. It's either that side or this side, bitch. We grown as fuck. I'm not telling you who you can fuck with, but I don't fuck with that weird ass shit. Keep that shit over yonder, alright? And stay the fuck away from me.
One by one, you hang them high.
First of all, I can speak if I want to speak. Y'all don't control me. I don't care if you know me or not.
I'm not talking to you.
I'm speaking to you.
I'm not talking to you, though, so stop talking to me. I'm talking to him.
First of all, you a little girl. So you can
I'm not a little girl. You just got in here. Bitch, I don't know
Akaash Singh's wife, former co-host, exposed that they're like at war with each other and they keep sneak dissing, I would assume. They keep doing reposts on TikTok of other people talking about their friendship. So they had that podcast in which Jasleen would go on there and run her mouth, and then she got in trouble and ruined her husband's career, and then there was a huge fallout from that. She forced Akaash to quit his podcast and unfollow Andrew Schulz. So I think naturally the co-host was thinking, all right, you quit your podcast and you made Akaash unfollow Andrew, so we'll continue with our podcast because your career path going forward can't honestly be doing crappy TikTok videos. And I guess Akaash's wife had a falling out with her as well. I wonder if it was really over the husband thing, because Akaash's wife said she wanted to bang this chick's husband Nav. But this chick is like, she does sort of the same thing Akaash's wife does, except this chick actually has a job. And I think she comes from a far more like successful family and stuff, because they were cracking jokes about her podcast being over at her sister's wedding. But she so wants to talk about it and do the behind the scenes drama and talk about what really happened, because I think she's finding it odd why Jasleen just won't do the podcast again. And Jasleen is like a loser now. Like, she has no friends whatsoever. She hangs out by herself. Just Turner dog, not one real friend to be had. And this chick has friends and family, and everyone likes her. And Jasleen's just a loser who was always a tag-along loser. And, like, she's got nothing to offer now. But, I mean, the fact that she just won't do the podcast, because they were supposed to do one last episode. And I bet you this is where the beef comes from. That episode never came out, but they did the episode. They were supposed to release it either the day of or the day after Jasleen went on Flagrant. Remember, they did that whole, they brought Jasleen and Akaash on, and they had the security guys, and they were doing the bit. Jasleen promoted that another episode of the podcast with her former co-host was going to come out. It never came out. Akaash put the kibosh on that one, and I'm thinking that's where the falling out is coming from. Maybe the one area where Akaash is putting his foot down is he won't let his wife do that podcast anymore. I mean, he'll let her go pop it at frat houses and stuff, but you know, he's a simp and a cuck. But when it comes to doing that podcast, he puts his foot down. Who knows? It's so bizarre, but these two like hate each other now, and it's hilarious that she just keeps getting exposed. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.